Hey everybody, so this is going to be my first review pretty much on a board game, and it's not just any board game. This is a board game that I ultimately enjoy. My very most favorite board game that I've ever played in my entire life. So this game is called Mage Knight. So this game, Mage Knight, is pretty much a co-op game where it also introduces solo player elements. Now, from what I understand, a lot of people do like playing the solo player over the co-op. Myself, for instance, I love the solo game. I've played this game numerous times, and because of people like Ricky Royal, who pretty much do great tutorials on playing the game. It really brought me in and drew me in a way that no other game really has. So obviously this review is going to be about the newest expansion right here, the Shades of Tezla. So Shades of Tezla is the newest expansion, introducing a new character, some new enemies, some great new scenarios, and also some new elements also to the game. So what I pretty much want to do is do pretty much a review on the component quality. For tutorials, I would definitely check out Ricky Royal's page. I'll put a link down in the description below. He does an amazing job on how to play the actual game Mage Knight. But as it stands, I just want to do a components review on the actual game itself. So let's go ahead and check out what I thought.
All right, so here's the game box right here. I really think the art looks amazing. I mean, I love the name of the game. I think it really came out really cool. My initial impression when I first opened the game was, it's not bad. The insert was nice. I already tossed out the insert because I don't use it. I put everything inside the main box, which I'll show you here in a second. But the one problem I had, I opened up the box, and everything was laid out very nicely. But the very first thing I was looking for was the rules, and I didn't see them. I was like, maybe I don't know where they're at. But everything was scattered around, so I really wanted to just take a look at the components, and the components were stuck inside the insert, and the only way I was able to get them out, so I shook it out. The insert came out, and the rules were at the bottom, which is, it wasn't a big deal. Here's the problem I had with the box. The rules don't fit in the box. You see how it's smashed in there? Well, that's exactly how I saw it when I first opened the box. So to get it out, I had to use some brute force. I'm having problems getting it out now. So then I finally get it out, and now my pages are all bent up. I think it could have been better quality, but regardless, the rulebook is laid out very nicely. Besides all the bends and whatnot, it does explain everything very well with the new tokens and even the new enemies, the new leaders, faction leaders here. I think it lays out everything fairly nicely. Now, I do want to let you guys know that I haven't gone through every single scenario or every single part so far, but from what I have read, I think this game, the expansion is definitely really cool, just because of the fact that with these awesome new enemies, we'll take a quick look here. So as you can see, right there next to the fame point, you have a small little icon there. It's kind of hard to see, but it's the undead icon. And then here, next to the 4, you have a small little, kind of like an ice leaf. So what that does is, when you actually defeat one of these awesome new characters, you're going to get one of these tokens right here, which you'll get a card and everything like that, and you'll be able to see what you get. So each one of these is almost like a skill point, and it's a one-time use, which is really cool. But you also gain this, which is really nice, and you also have an option if you don't want to use this. You can actually use this to pretty much just sell. You could sell this for more fame if you chose to do it that way for that game. But I think it's a really great add to the game. So if you do have to face any of the undead creatures or the elementals, you are given one of these awesome new tokens, which, like I said, is a new one-time use there. So there's that. So that being said, some of the cooler whoa, I'm dropping them everywhere. Some of the cooler tokens is definitely really cool. I really like how these came out. The undead ones are awesome. Most of the elemental ones you'll only find in dungeons. So for example, obviously this would be a water elemental. So you have this one right here. Alright, so the next thing I want to talk about is the miniature that you're given. Obviously this is Bravelar, and I think Bravelar is actually really cool. So this is the main reason, besides the elementals and the undead. I mean, the new character itself, personally, my favorite class in any character is a druid. So when I heard that this one was going to be a druid, I couldn't wait for it to actually come out. Again, I think they could have done a little bit better quality even on the miniature. I mean, the quality's great, but I was expecting maybe something a little bit more pizzazz, I guess. But I mean, for a miniature, it looks really cool. I like the little helmet. You know, it's well painted, pretty good. But I don't know, maybe I was just expecting a little something more. But there's that. Obviously, next we would have the cards themselves. This is my biggest gripe about the game so far. I mean, the rulebook being a little bit bent, not too bad. The icons were great, or not the icons, but the tokens for the monsters are awesome. All these new tokens that you get for, you know, the one-time use skills are awesome. The cards, you know, not too bad. I mean, they pretty much the same stuff. Obviously, you get 2 new skills because you got a new hero. Here's my biggest gripe. These are not the same quality of cards, so they're more flimsy, and they are actually slightly larger than the base game and the rest of the expansions. So when you want to put any advanced skills inside of your deck, you know exactly when they're going to be coming because, one, they're going to feel a little bit, you know, a little bit different. They're going to be a little bit stronger. And then 2, I mean, like I said, they're going to be a little bit smaller because these ones are a little bit larger. So this is my biggest gripe about the game. I mean, I don't know what was going on here. Now they still have that kind of like linen finish, as you can see there. Really cool. I love the finish, but I mean, if you guys are going to do that, I feel like it should have gone to the exact same thing for all the other cards. Not sure why they made that decision here. Again, everything's laid out very well. I really like the way that this is very reminiscent to a druid. So you get some really awesome skills here. A lot dealing with, you know, nature and the elements themselves, which I really enjoy and really am happy about. You know, shape shift, that was definitely something I was looking forward to. But very cool. I played through the scenario where it's just a basic solo player scenario. I mixed all the pretty much just all the undead and elementals all up with the rest of the game, using mostly just pretty much the newer icons, just so I can, you know, get a feel for it, and I really enjoy it. But again, you know, I knew exactly which ones were the advanced skills, so I was kind of planning ahead, like, all right, you know, that's the advanced skill that I just got, so I know exactly when that's coming up. So I mean, it kind of steals the game away, and it ruins some of the surprise for me. But the good news is, that being said, you know, everything still fits very well inside this box, the actual original game box here. So there's the Mage Knight the game box. What I do is I pretty much put all the tokens in these little black bags here, and this one would be like the dragons themselves, and then these would be more of your savage kind of rampage dudes. I can't remember what they're called. Mostly your orcs and stuff, but obviously with the new ones. So I got them all color-coded, and I'm able to still fit everything in the box, including, you know, the new character icons, or new character tokens here. So I got all the new character tokens. It also comes with these new camps, which are really cool. I read about these a little bit. These introduce a little bit more flavor to the game, so you'd be placing these around, almost like a magical glade, but from what I understand, they move around. So that's pretty cool. I really like that. This is also something that's new. I didn't read too much about these yet, but you know, new stuff is always welcome into this game. Really cool. Very excited about all that. And then obviously you get the 2 new leader tokens here. So you have the elemental, and then you have the undead or the shadow guys. I can't remember what the name is. And then you get all this stuff. So it looks a little confusing, but again, the rules really kind of spell everything out for you. So look, I mean, for the most part, it's the same thing as Volkaire's, just a little more confusing looking. It looks like the Wheel of Fortune here. But again, I can't wait to use these. I just wanted to do a really quick review on this, and you know, we'll come back to me, and I'll let you guys know what I think.
All right, so I'm back. So you pretty much got my my gist here on the actual you know, expansion for Shades of Tezla. So ultimately, I think there's some great components in here. I think that the gameplay, you know, doesn't really change. But like I said, my biggest gripe on the game is the cards. You know, I've loved the cards my entire existence playing this game, and the quality of the cards are amazing in the base game and pretty much the other 2 expansions. I don't think there's actually a difference between the 2. But for whatever reason, you know, I was really excited for this expansion, just because they're introducing elementals, they're introducing the undead, and then, you know, the druid. I love druids. I love that class, just mixing in the, you know, natural existence of, you know, the elements, and then shape shifting, and then summoning, you know, new stuff, and talking to the animals and all that fun stuff. I couldn't wait for that. But, you know, I think, I've never done a review on any game before, and this one, kind of just, I want to get more into it. I want to play it more. That's the one thing that's just throwing me off is the cards, because when you get that new advanced action or any new action cards or anything from any available cards that's out, I mean, you look at it, you're like, I'm going to put that in my deck, and I know exactly when it's going to come up because I've only got 16 cards in my hand right now in my deck. So as soon as I see that, I'm going to immediately go, obviously, when I draw my next hand, it's going to have that action card, so I'm going to know what to do when I play it. I know what I'm going to be playing next turn. That's the one thing I really dislike about this expansion right here. The rule book aside, with it being kind of crumbled up, and then the miniature, it's not a big deal. I was kind of expecting a little bit more. I mean, we got Krang, which was awesome, and when I got him, I was like, oh my god, that's an amazing miniature. That's crazy looking. And then I get this guy, and he's not as cool looking. I don't know. I mean, it's a druid, so how much cooler can you get? But I think overall, it's the quality besides the cards are amazing. I mean, I love the new enemies. I'm really liking what I'm reading about the scenarios. I cannot wait to break into some of those new the faction leaders, because they just look like it's going to be all out war. So that's pretty much all I got for this. I'm not going to give it a rating scale. Just take what I have and just kind of run with it. If you guys like what you see, subscribe down below. Obviously, I love board games and stuff like that. I make my own and stuff like that, and I definitely recommend Mage Knight. If you guys have Mage Knight and enjoy the crap out of Mage Knight, I would say get this. Just know what you're getting into, all right? Just because of the fact that, the card quality, I don't know if it's going to be something that they fix in a later run, but I hope they do, for the sake of the game. Other than that, if you're into Mage Knight, get this. If you're really into the quality of components, I guess just leave this one out for now. But other than that, that's pretty much all I got for you guys. So if you like what you see, subscribe down below. If you have any comments, shoot them down below. And then like these videos, because it definitely helps me out and it helps out the community. So other than that, thanks for watching, everybody.